Hello, everybody, and welcome to round 13 of Grand Prix Albuquerque. I'm Brian David Marshall. I'm here with Randy Buehler, and we're watching Ben Lundquist and Sam Pardee fighting for their tournament lives here.
Yes.
At 10 and 2.
They need to go win, draw. That's the game plan for these guys.
So step one, win.
Yes.
Cloudfin Raptor leads off for Sam Pardee. He's playing the Master of Waves deck that's become so popular after it dominated Pro Tour Theros.
Yeah, dominated the Pro Tour, and everybody thought, oh, now that everybody knows about it, it might go away. No, not so much.
Ben Lundquist with a Precinct Captain. He's playing White Weenie. This is a deck that he knows pretty well. He won an Open with it just 2 weeks ago, I think, playing the Azorius Arrestor that you love so much.
That just amuses me. I mean, I think it's actually a really great choice for this deck, but yeah, Azorius Arrestor is not a card anybody ever looked at and said, that looks like a constructed card to me.
It's a lowly...
I mean, it's...
lowly critter.
We're sort of on the small side of standard. I'm sure in the next set or two we'll replace it with something better, but for now, you know what? You need a two drop that helps your guys get through for damage.
Meantime, Frostborn Weird comes down and
Captain all day.
Makes 2 Cloudfin Raptors bigger. Eats a Lightning Strike.
Yeah, Precinct Captain plus Lightning Strike takes it down.
And then a Dryad Militant. Another Pro Tour winning creature.
Sure. No Judge's Familiars in this deck, though. Ben does not believe in the Judge's Familiar.
Tidebinder Mage comes down, taps the Dryad Militant, locks it, and we get ourselves a pair of 2/3 flyers.
Yeah, this is a pretty good draw for the blue side.
Yeah, this is
Sam
Blue
Pardee
Weenie.
Could not have drawn it up. I mean, normally in this matchup, the White Weenie deck is the faster deck, but Ben came out, comes into play tap land on turn 1. He got his Dryad Militant tapped on turn 3. It's a pretty slow start in the grand scheme of things for White Weenie.
Right,
and Blue
away
has
a card.
come flying out of the gates. So, yeah, with Pardee on his front foot, those Cloudfin Raptors are going to do a lot of work here.
So, Precinct Captain's going to get in. Sam's not going to just chump. He's not going to just chump that with the Tidebinder
you
Mage.
Can have a guy, especially since the Tidebinder Mage would unlock Dryad.
Right, exactly. So, Ben Lundquist daring Skyjack, or is he going to maybe kill one of those Cloudfin Raptors? He does have Lightning Strike.
In his hand. Goes for the 3-power guy.
He's looking to set himself up for a Brave the Elements turn.
Yeah, he thinks he can still race. He thinks he can still win the race with, a Brave the Elements to make everybody pro-blue and therefore unblockable.
But there's a Thassa.
And she's
Thassa
active.
comes in devoted
Yeah.
and turns on both Cloudfin Raptors.
You know what else that does? That gets him out of Lightning Strike range.
Yes.
They're 3/4s now. So, yeah, Ben definitely. Brave the Elements are offensive in this matchup.
Ben is dead on table. Right. Well, actually, we need one more land for him to be fully dead on table, because you can make Thassa and Tidebinder Mage unblockable.
How about
6
if you
in
just
the
send
air.
over the 2 3-power flyers?
Oh, he's at 6. I'm looking at the wrong life total. Yeah, that's
scoop.
it. Yeah. Wow. What's Master of Waves?
Wow.
I drafted this 6 Simic deck.
Yeah, I just Raptor, evolve. Keep attacking with flyers. Good enough. Yeah, Ben probably regrets not playing the Lightning Strike. I thought his play made sense, though. Like, he wants to develop his board. He needs to...
There's not that many things that are going to turn on the Cloudfin Raptors there other than a Thassa, right? Once those guys are already 2/3s, he doesn't have a lot of, a lot of things.
It's literally just Thassa?
I think Frostborn Weird would have done it as well, right?
Frostborn Toughness. Okay.
But
it made sense to me. You play the Skyjack. Now you're set up where you can potentially race. You can do a big Brave the Elements turn and potentially get in. Brave the Elements isn't going to do anything else.
Hey,
anyway.
So what's going to happen in Standard after this weekend?
Who knows?
You can find out watching Grand Prix Vienna next week. It's going to be in Europe. We're going to have the European coverage team on it. We're going to be bringing it all to you live on Twitch TV /Magic and dailymtg.com. Rich Hagon and the European video crew just breaking it all down, seeing how people react to Mono Black, how they react to White Weenie. Does Green Black have a reboot in it?
Right.
You know, it looked good. It looked promising.
Multiple interesting takes on green-black. You had the Kibler flavor, you had the Conley Woods flavor.
But they didn't quite get there.
No, those guys seem like they've all fallen out of contention now.
So,
I have no idea what would be the right deck for Vienna yet. It's like you got to stay tuned and watch the next 5 rounds.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Very relevant. Some very relevant Magic left to be played.
Sam Pardee still thinking about his sideboard. What is he thinking about here? Jace Memory Adept does not seem like a terrible card here in terms of
True.
slowing down him here. I'm sorry, Jace Architect of Thought. He doesn't.
He's got one more.
He's got one more, yeah.
Yeah, his main deck setup is 2 Bident, 1 Jace, 1 Domestication. That's often 2 Bident, 2 Jace. I think the second Jace has got to come in. Curse of the Swine doesn't seem good.
Yeah,
Domestication's okay.
That doesn't seem that great. I mean, you know Brave. You know the deck is playing Brave the Elements also.
Yeah, and it's 4 mana. I mean, Control Magic is good against a creature deck, but yeah, I don't know that he has a ton. Maybe Cyclonic Rift seems slow. I mean, I guess he's fundamentally got to ask himself, who's the beatdown?
Right.
Right. He was the beatdown that game. He came out faster. He hit harder. And if you're hitting that White Weenie deck, if you got that White Weenie deck on the back foot, then all of a sudden, you know, their cards like Brave the Elements are just terrible.
Right.
Like, it doesn't do much on defense.
Right. Ben's sideboard is a just unbelievable spread of cards.
I like all the scribbles. I mean, it was clearly being built this, yesterday morning.
He's like, yeah, do I want a Spear of Heliod? No, I don't want a Spear of Heliod.
What else is scratched out? Wear Tear scratched out twice. Wear Tear paid the cut.
Was 100
times. First one got written down, scratched out. It got scratched out again.
Fiend Slayer Paladins.
I would think Banisher Priest is good in this matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think 2 Banisher Priests come in. Mizium Mortars, Pacifism.
I like to Renounce the Guilds, possibly.
Renounce the Guild seems like a really good card in this format.
Yeah, Renounce the Guild is great, right? This is like almost targeted removal against a Night Veil Spectre in both the blue and the black matchups. Getting a Frostborn Weird out of the way can be very, very relevant for Ben Lundquist. Yeah, killing Night Veil Spectre obviously is job number 1.
I guess the problem is you might hit your own
Dryad Militant.
Dryad Militant, yeah. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I think is that the only gold card Ben has?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a Boros Charm matchup, so those are fine in the sideboard.
Yeah.
Staying in the sideboard. Definitely Priests, not the Paladin.
All right. Well, we're going to find out in a minute. Both these players are pulling up their opening 7. You see that Ben has brought in Mizium Mortars.
Pardee taking a mulligan.
Yeah.
Yeah, what wants to come out of these decks? That's always the other question. I gotta think Lundquist needs to be the aggressor. Like he's the
his deck does not really have another mode.
No.
You know, he can't really. Well, I guess if he's bringing in.
I mean, I'm not sure any of his cards are bad.
I mean, I'm saying if he's bringing in a little bit something like a Mizium Mortars, maybe he goes to a slightly. But he's really just tempoing, right? He's really looking. He's never thinking about casting that for 6, right? That's just
clear a blocker, keep attacking.
Yeah. I mean, and his draws usually look more like what Sam had there, right?
Right.
1 drop, 2 drop that does something to affect the tempo of the game.
Right. Well, we'll see how this plays out. It's like a mix of land and spells.
I saw many of the hallmark cards of the format of the deck in Sam's hand.
All right, now Lundquist. He's playing first. He's got a 2/1 in play. Judge is familiar. Cannot block.
Gain a life for Ben Lundquist off Soldier of the Pantheon.
And he's still pro multicolor.
Yep, just slams in there with it. Plays a Mutavault, but is he
Mutavault go? That's not the turn 2 Ben drew up. He's got a Mizium Mortars, but no red mana.
He's got double Johnny. Yeah. And so, yep, he's going to put a counter on.
Sure. Get in for 3. Sam bluffs Cyclonic Rift. He literally took a card out of his hand and started to go. It's weird. Is he trying to remind Ben that the card exists, or he's just trying to mess with him?
Maybe it's just wishful thinking.
Judge is familiar, attacks Johnny.
A noble fight. Yeah, you got to respect it. And there's Thassa, god of the sea.
Gotta respect the Beta Islands, too. Looks like he's all Beta Islands. Sam Black's like half Beta Islands.
Yeah. You can help Sam out with some alphas if he wants.
All I have are like the Japanese 4th edition. They look like betas, but they're not if you look close enough.
So, Ben Lundquist, thinking about his turn, plays, activates a Mutavault, off of a Mutavault, puts a counter on it, attacks for 6.
No question who's the beatdown deck this time, and it is the one we were expecting.
Sam is down to 9 already.
Right. Scries to the bottom.
I think we're going to see a Master of Waves here. No? Oh, it is Night Veil Spectre.
Which turns on Thassa, which takes out a Johnny. Or not quite. Hit. Yeah, takes out a Johnny. Okay.
So Ben gained a, gained a little life from the Night Veil Spectre.
Got it. That's what they slowed down for. Turns out there's more Johnnies where that one came from.
Yeah.
Although no 5th land, so he can't go with Johnny and activate Mutavault, or he does. Oh, he has another Mutavault.
Looks like he also has a source of red, but I think that's a temple.
Oh, so he's got to decide. Does he want to go a Johnny Mutavault so that he can activate a Mutavault?
That's...
Yeah, he's like, all right, you have a Night Veil Spectre. My red mana is too slow. Not enough attacking involved in trying to burn down Night Veil Spectre. Ooh, rapid hybridization on Thassa. So Thassa can't be destroyed, which means that just you get the 3/3 without losing your guy.
Right.
And
that
hello.
3/3 promptly trades with a soldier. Cannot trade with a soldier of the Pantheon fast enough.
Nice play. It's effectively 1 mana kill your soldier. But the Mutavault got in, so Pardee's down to 6 now?
Yes.
Thassa and Night Veil Spectre attack. Is it Thassa to
I have to assume
Johnny?
that Thassa's on a Johnny, yeah.
Okay. And then he picks a Brave the Elements off the top of Ben's deck.
Yeah, that Brave is nice. And there's Master Waves.
Wow.
And 1, 2, 3, 4,
Mono
5,
blue doing
6.
what Mono Blue does. Does Sam have a Brave the Elements? He's got 1 Lightning Strike, which is half of Sam's life total.
No, I think that's a Mizium Mortars.
Oh, it's a Mizium Mortars. Never mind. That doesn't do anything. He's got so he's on the Scryland plan to get through damage. He does have 3 Mutavaults.
Well, he can play another Johnny here, activate and get in for... No, that doesn't work.
Note the Judge's Familiar stayed home to play defense.
So this if Ben Lundquist loses round, this effectively...
Yeah, I think X3s are out.
And you know...
Especially coming from the bottom.
Yeah. So, Sam Pardee, these guys are fighting for their lives here. Again, you see that die on the top of Sam Pardee's deck. He's like, I don't want to forget to scry. So that's a little reminder.
All right, Ben's going to scry and set up red mana for next turn.
Scrylands are so obviously do powerful work, but they can be so frustrating.
They're a little slow. And then you don't know.
And there were a couple turns where Ben could have played that land, but felt like he needed to advance his Mutavault position.
Right. By the way, hats off to Sam for leaving the Judge's Familiar back on defense. He was killing a Johnny, so but he doesn't know Ben has a third of Johnny in his hand. But if he had attacked with Judge's Familiar just out of habit or whatever, Ben could just go play a Johnny, activate Mutavault, flying and double strike Mutavault, hit you for 6.
Right.
Like that Judge's Familiar against just the possibility of the third a Johnny.
I am going to arrest your Thassa, god of the sea.
Do what you got to do.
By the way, that's also abilities.
Sure.
So you cannot make anything unblockable here. I don't know that it matters.
If you there's this giant pile of elementals, blocking not all that relevant.
But Ben is at 18, so he can survive this attack.
One, two, three, four, 5 elementals, so that's 12.
Judge is familiar, staying home again.
If Ben draws a land, I think can he mortars the arrestor? Mortars the Judge's Familiar and then do the flying double strike plan?
Quite possibly.
Okay, he can block in 1 elemental safely with a 3/3.
Super Sunday Series seals your round 3 pairings for game 20. Super Sunday Series seals.
Yeah, I think if Ben draws land, I didn't see the scry, how the scry worked out. I don't know if he was playing for this, but I think 1 land would allow.
So he blocks with an arrestor, blocks with a Mutavault, kills 2 tokens, loses his arrestor in the process.
Yeah, I'm sure this is what. Oh, and it was land on top. But of course it goes to the Nightveil Spectre. So now Ben needs to draw a land live.
Tidebinder Mage.
Does nothing.
So
yeah, I think a land that doesn't come into play tapped is the game. A Lightning Strike is not good enough because he's 1 mana short. Wow, that was really close.
right, the land would have given him, put him to 8 shock land.
Yeah, you can pay for the shock land, no problem. He just he needed to clear the flying blocker, play in a Johnny, send Mutavault to the air,
and then still have
double
one
strike.
mana to activate the Mutavault. Yeah.
But he's 1 short. You can see how his mana is even divided up that way. You got the Johnny mana in the middle. Got the burn mana over there, and I need the land to activate Mutavault. How can I find it? Do you have it over there? You have it under your Nightveil Spectre. Arg. Yeah, I don't. Ben has to go into can I survive a turn somehow mode, and I don't see it.
Now with Thassa coming online, I don't think there's.
I mean, he does have access to burn now, but he can't kill Master of Waves because it's pro-red. Can't kill Thassa because she's indestructible. Play a Johnny, send Mutavault to the air, and hope he forgets to block. Yeah, no, you extend the hand. All right, Sam Pardee. Mono Blue Devotion. Not going anywhere.
And you know what this means?
What does this mean?
We're going to get to see some back table action this round.
Back table match?
Yes.
Wow.
Todd Anderson and Sam Black are still playing.
Biden, Judge's Familiar, all turning sideways. I like Sam's chances. I don't know what game this is. I don't know what the life totals are. But that can't be bad. I see Cyclonic Rift in the graveyard. Oh, Sam's only got, yeah. Excuse me while I draw
anytime you
3.
paw 3 cards off the top of your deck at this stage of the game, it's just, they're like, ah, just rude. Underworld Connections, my Heine. Yeah, that's like.
Thoughtseize for Todd Anderson. So we think Todd was X1, but we're not positive. We know Sam is X1.
Waiting for the graphics to get updated.
Looks like from Sam's life total,
Rashad.
this is game 2. And it looks like from Sam's life total that Todd won the first game. Trying to read Sam's scratches on his life total sheet. Anyway, Todd is casting Thoughtseize. Sam has chosen not to spend a dissolve on it.
Yeah, he still has Master of Waves in hand, 2 lands, and more cards to come.
Yes.
On his next turn. Yeah, there goes dissolve.
Oh, Biden forces that creature to attack, which clears the path Sam needed.
So that evens
on to
it up.
game 3.
Yeah. Both of these players are 11-1. There, you can see it.
All right, so this is basically a win and in. The winner is we believe, 1 draw away from the top 8. So this is
right. If X2 and 1 is sufficient to get in, then you can draw once, lose once, and
yeah. And these guys are tied for second right now, trailing only Paul Wright's only standings.
I mean, we've been joking about it all day, but it's insane that Sam Black's only loss comes from the fact that he was delayed getting here.
Weather delays caused his flight to be changed. He didn't land in Albuquerque until 2:20 yesterday afternoon, which was right about the time round 4 was starting.
Yeah, there you get a look at Sam. Somehow only a gold pro. That's always shocking to me every time we see that.
Well, his hot streak has been this season.
Right.
Look at the fact that he's already got more pro points this season than he had all of last season.
Well on his way to platinum
Definitely.
this year, which is one of his stated goals for this year. I've talked to him a couple times. He really wants to get to platinum. And looks like he's got 2 Pro Tour top 8s.
He can be there by the end of the year.
It's not that long ago that he was at Pro Tours, not playing in them,
just kind of hanging out,
but winning side events. Right? This is a man who won a car.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
He won a car at Worlds in 2007.
I forgot about that. Right.
Oddly enough, playing a deck that let you sacrifice creatures to other creatures. He's a world team champion. Mm-hmm. 2 top 8s and mounting his accomplishments.
What was the last event he didn't top 8?
It was last
some Grand
year.
Prix like months ago.
Yeah. I mean, since Pro Tour Theros, he's been perfect.
Every premier event he's shown up for, he's top 8.
Yeah. He's running mono elimination rounds.
This would be 4 in a row?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that is a heck of a hot streak.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice that he gave people that. My luck's run out. I'm falling on hard times
here.
The
amazing road trip ended. He went home. He slept in his own bed. His flight got delayed. No, run was not over. Well, we'll see. He's still got to pick up another win.
Absolutely. But unlike the last match, this is not elimination here. This isn't going to knock.
Good point.
The loser here is still very much live for the top 8.
Right. The loser probably is in a winning in next round.
Right.
I mean, these guys basically have to go loss to miss from that 11-1 start. Todd will be on the play. And I mean, this is definitely an important matchup to understand for the way Standard works. Right. Mono Black Devotion, clearly a player. Maybe it's ebbed and flowed a little more than Mono Blue, but.
So in Dublin, I remember, players were testing the matchups all night for the Pro Tour topic matchup, and they were like, "Oh no, this mono black deck's really good." They were like Yamamoto, and they were like, "I don't think we can win this." And obviously, an unwinnable matchup is what 60-40, right?
Sure.
So you still have a 40% chance.
You gotta get to like 65 or 70 before people call it unwinnable.
Sure. But it was much worse than what people thought it was.
Right.
And then it turned around. Okay, so there you see Judges Familiar from Sam and the dreaded Pack Rat from Todd Anderson.
Not a card that's easy for Sam to remove. Basically doesn't get to remove it. He needs to race it.
He has to somehow get to 7 mana in like Cyclonic Rift, which doesn't quite do it.
I mean, he can kind of outrace it with Master of Waves. I mean, if he just plays his game and gets the good draw, if he gets the Thassa into Master of Waves draw, then he wins anyway.
So we see attack with the Pack Rat, activate it, discarding Underworld Connections to make a token.
Yeah, Todd is basically all in on Pack Rats. He's not interested in drawing extra cards. He's not interested in developing his board position. He's just like, all right, I got my 3 lands. I have a plan for the rest of the game. I would be surprised if he plays a 4th land.
There's
Seems like his plan is...
Nightvale Spectre for Sam Black.
Oh, he does play a 4th land. Okay. I guess Desecration Demon is better than 3rd Pack Rat, I guess. Maybe he wants the Hero's Downfall of the Nightvale Spectre.
Waiting to see what Sam does here.
Are we in the attack phase? Is Sam contemplating a block? Or are we second main phase in Todd's thinking?
He's deciding whether or not he wants to activate
Pack Rat before damage.
A rat here.
Hey,
he decides just take 4 and make
Yeah, once he played that 4th land, it seems like he's planning to play the demon. What does Sam have? I saw Biden go in there. He needs...
So it looks like Sam just drew a Master Waves. I don't know that he has the 4th land, though. Sam shuffling his cards. It's not just Brian Kibler who does it.
Second Nightveil Spectre is Sam's play. And he ships the turn. Desecration Demon does a good job playing defense there. I bet Sam's going to sack Judge's Familiar to tap it here, which both avoids the damage and clears a path for the 2 Nightveil Spectres. And they constitute enough devotion that if he does draw the 4th land he needs for Master,
Right,
it'll
he
be
can
good.
he can hold the board down for a little while.
Right.
But we know Todd Anderson's holding
Heroes
multiple
downfall.
heroes downfalls.
Did not sack. Sam's apparently... Oh, he's just going to block the old-fashioned way? Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Same result. Fewer counters.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All right, Todd ships the turn with Pack Rat mana open, or
There's
Heroes
that-
Downfall mana open.
There's that 4th land.
Indeed. Seems like Sam's going to attack here. I mean, if he didn't draw the 4th land, he also had a decent chance to get it from Todd's deck.
Representing a dissolve here.
No reason to tell him you've got the land. Devour Flesh. It's interesting. So that kills a Nightveil Spectre, but it means no Pack Rat and no Heroes Downfall. There's, yeah, Swamp. Sam grabs it greedily and quickly, implying that it was his first land.
Oh.
And with only 3 devotion, Sam goes for the second Nightveil Spectre. I think that's better than merely 4 elementals. Especially since Todd chose to kill it rather than Pack Rat. Ooh, that's a great Thoughtseize.
That's a backbreaker. Rapid hybridization on your Desecration Demon.
And Biden, Master of Waves.
What does he take here?
Master of Waves.
Yeah, and just your heroes' downfalls are just gravy for you can just kill.
I mean, taking one Biden doesn't accomplish anything.
Yeah.
I mean, those Heroes Downfalls are also Pack Rats.
Yeah.
Right, they are cards.
Right, fair.
So not having to cast it means you get to spend your mana on a rat, and you have a card you can afford to discard a rat. Yeah, definitely.
Here
Master
come
Waves.
2 rats.
And he's thinking about making a guy and deciding not to.
I think he wants to kill a Nightveil Spectre, right?
Apparently. Yeah, decides 4 damage is good enough. I mean, especially having seen Sam's hand, the fact that barring a Miracle top deck here, Sam goes, ooh, Cyclonic Rift. That's a relevant card. If Sam can build up to a Cyclonic Rift, that's how he can win this game. And Todd has played it slow. Right? Todd has not gone all in on the Pack Rat plan.
Lands
He's choosing to spend his mana and his cards killing Nightveil Spectres instead of making more Pack Rats. So yeah, Todd's going to kill a Nightveil Spectre here to turn off half the Bident. Anyway, I'm expecting Sam to play Biden. That seems like his only reasonable play here. What do I know?
So one of them is going to get Heroes Downfalled. Another land for Sam.
Yeah, he's up to 5.
He's measuring out his turns here.
Post-combat
Biden.
I'm curious what Sam was thinking. I mean, he was obviously
I think
trying
maybe
to
he was-
telegraph a top deck.
or maybe hoping he'd hit a relevant card. No, relevant
Oh,
removal
he
spell.
does lose the ability. He loses the ability to play a spell off the Nightveil Spectre by playing Biden. That's fair. Demon. Todd is doing better than Pack Rats. Trying to. Spending his mana in other ways. What did Sam draw?
He drew a Frostborn weird. He's at 6. He's gonna Cyclonic Rift the Demon and draw 2 cards.
Right,
with
one
the
from his
Nightveil.
deck, one from Todd's.
Draws a Mutavault. And a Mutavault.
Funny. And there's Frostburn Weird. So does this keep him alive? It doesn't, does it? Oh, he can block with Mutavault?
Yes.
I mean, those Pack Rats are 3/3s if Todd chooses to activate the ability. So it's basically a trio of 3/3s on Todd's side.
Could have been potentially 4/4s had the Mutavault stayed on the top of Todd's deck.
True, true. And Hero's Downfall. Which means Sam can stay alive, go to 1.
Yep.
Thoughtseize. All you get's the Bidens. So now there's a Mutavault. Frostburn Weird. A blocker. So now he can afford to attack with the Nightveil Spectre yet again. Draw 2 cards yet again. Get a Doomblade, which he can cast to kill the 3/3. Wow. Sam gonna win this game? He's got Mutavault Frostburn Weird on defense.
He's
got the ability to cast a Doomblade.
He's still got a Desecration Demon he needs to contend with.
In his hand. Like, he's hitting the point where he can start tapping it down to the end of the game. Sam is clinging to that one last point of life. Yeah, Todd doesn't get through for damage here.
He's gonna play the Desecration.
He plays the Desecration Demon, sure. Yeah, time to Doomblade the 3/3. Give me my token back. So a 6/6 and a 1/1 Pack Rat for Todd Anderson. Sam draws Islands. Now what?
He has to get an attack in somehow, right?
Does he? I mean, there's something to be said for waiting and tapping the demon on Todd's turn so that it's then not available to block, because he's going to have to tap it on Todd's turn also.
He activates his Mutavault.
Sacks it. Attacks with, which forces a block. Oh, that's nice. That means Todd has to block with his Pack Rat token, and he's down to just Desecration Demon. Gray Merchant! It's lethal! Gray Merchant for the win! What just happened? Wow! Sam Black, ladies and gentlemen. Wow! How did he win that game?
That was unbelievable.
What a game!
He was
Dead.
under the gun.